everyone, I'm Andy Cancer Journey. This is my vlog about my fertility problems after having testicular cancer and secondary brain tumours. Welcome back, or just welcome if you're new to my videos. If you are new to the vlog, then I suggest that you go to the end of the video and click on the link for the full playlist for the vlog. That way, I personally think that you will take so much from it. Also, if I could ask you all to press the subscribe button and change the little bell icon to all, because you'd be helping me out so much, and personally I'd be so grateful because you'd be helping me reach more people, and that's, like I say, that's all I want, reach as many people as I can. With all that being said, let's go on with today's video. So everything was going amazing. My daughter was doing so well with her development. It was just perfect. We've been to the doctors. They, like you do when you have a child, you go, I think it's 2 weeks, and you go and see the doctors, and they sort of check your baby over and explain a few things to you. We did that, and they said that she was excellent. We were so happy because it finally started to feel like things were gonna be okay for us now. But unfortunately, that was all about to change. When you have a baby, you get given this little red book. In the UK you do anyway, you might, I don't know about anywhere else, but yeah, you get given this little red book. It's got all sorts of stuff in it that you can flip through, and you get a health visitor who comes out, weighs your baby, measures your baby, and writes in this little chart, draws like a little line of sort of how she's doing, whether she's growing. And so yeah, we got given this book, and my daughter seemed to be doing great. The health visitor came out and weighed her, and she was putting on weight, she was growing, she was starting to go up in the chart. Everything seemed okay. But as time went on, like months, my daughter just sort of stabilised on this chart and stopped growing and gaining weight, which I was very concerned about. And the health visitor advised us to go and speak to the doctor, so we went and spoke to the doctors. The doctor had a look at her, and I had her bouncing on my leg and stuff, and she's happy and smiley, and he sort of looks at her, and no, she seems okay, she's happy in herself, she's bouncing around, and didn't really bother to do too much of a check, but she seemed very happy. Like, you couldn't tell by just looking at her what was wrong with her. But then that's why we took her to the doctors. I just could not stop thinking about this one thing that the doctor had said to me when we went for the first checkup, and it was that if you see your child's tummy going up and down, and like they're breathing with their tummy quite a lot, then that means that they're struggling to breathe. And my daughter was breathing with her tummy, so that made me very concerned. And what with her not putting on any weight or growing, the concerns just carried on building up. That led to me taking her to the doctors another 3 more times, and they told me the same thing. She seems fine, she's happy, and like, she seems like a happy, healthy baby, except she just wasn't growing. So he's like, maybe she's gonna just have a growth spurt soon. We both trusted the doctors and that they knew what they were on about, so we tried to get on with normality. the health visitor advised me that I should try giving my daughter mushed up banana and baby rice with a bit of milk in it, like her milk in it, and mush it up, and that'll get a bit more sort of calories in her. That didn't make any difference. She didn't grow. She didn't put on any weight. She just stayed stable. I think we were both so concerned, but at the same time we had to put our faith in the doctors and the health visitor and stuff, that they were making sure that everything was okay. This next bit's it's about the day that we finally sort of got answers to what was wrong with my daughter. So it was a Thursday. I remember taking my daughter swimming like we always did. We had a lovely time, but she didn't quite seem herself, so we got out of the pool early and got dried off, and we used to go and sit in a cafe. And I remember sitting there and she just looked off, her colour and everything. By the time we got home, she'd gone from like not looking well to not being well. She was coughing and it's thinking about it now is really hard, but she looked so unwell. She was clammy. It was unreal. I just freaked out, and I didn't think that anyone was taking it seriously, so I went outside and I phoned an ambulance, and they said to me on the phone that I'd done the right thing and that they'd send someone out straight away. At first, I don't know whether my partner was in denial or whether she just truly didn't think that it was as big a thing as it was, and it was me overthinking everything and panicking. But when the paramedics arrived and they checked my daughter over, I explained that she was breathing. It got worse with her tummy. She was really struggling to breathe, and the paramedics said, right, we've got to get to hospital straight away. That's when my partner suddenly hit her, yeah, this is serious. I think denial, you know what I mean? She didn't want to accept that it could be something bad. When I tried to think back to that day, after phoning the ambulance and stuff, all I really remember is suddenly being in A&E in this big room with my little baby on a bed with oxygen on her and dripping her. The doctors explained to us that they thought that she had a nasty virus called the rhinovirus, and they'd given her a drip of antibiotics. So we were just waiting for a space to come on the mother and baby unit. It took about 6 hours before a space came on the mother and baby unit. When they came to tell us that there was a space on the mother and baby unit, they told me that I couldn't stay, so I had to leave because it was very late as well, past the times that you're allowed to be on the ward. So I booked a taxi home reluctantly, and my partner and my daughter got taken up to the mother and baby unit. I think I got home at around 12 o'clock in the evening, and I hadn't been home for that long when my phone started ringing, and I looked at the screen and it said mummy, which my daughter's mum was saved as mummy, so my heart sank. It literally, it stopped. I answered the phone instantly saying, what's wrong, Red? What's wrong? What's happened? What's going on? In absolute fear, panic, my adrenaline was pumping. I was terrified of what I was about to hear. So my partner went on to explain that when they took her up to the ward, the doctor, the special children's doctor, had come round and they'd checked my daughter over. And when they listened to her heart, they found that she had a very irregular heartbeat, and they weren't sure, but it sounded like she had 2 holes in her heart, which I just, it blew my world. I was devastated and terrified for this beautiful gift that we've been blessed with. They said to my partner to tell me that if I could get back to the hospital, that they would let me stay on the ward with her, because she wasn't in a good way, and I think they probably knew that I wouldn't have been in a good way, and we needed to all be together. So I was back at the hospital there with my partner on the mother and baby ward, sat there looking at my daughter all night. Not long after getting there, the doctor came in and explained to me that my daughter was very, very poorly and she needed to desperately go to a specialist children's hospital that was a very long way away from where we lived, and she had to go there ASAP to have a special scan done on her heart so that they could find out how serious it was. And they were doing that first thing in the morning. Really early, the doctors came in and had to prepare my daughter for the ambulance journey up to hospital, which was a 2 to 3 hour drive with the lights on. And I couldn't go in the ambulance. My partner went in the ambulance. My mum, amazingly, she drove me up there. But before all of that, I had to help them prep get my daughter ready for the journey. So they had to put all sorts in her and stuff, and I just had to be brave and know that what I was doing was what was best for my daughter, and I had to sort of hold her down and reassure her that it was okay. And it was horrible seeing her in pain when they were putting things in her and stuff, but I knew that it was needed. So I helped them get my daughter ready. Then my mum turned up and they told us that the ambulance would be leaving pretty quickly, so we jumped in the car, we headed up to the hospital, and they headed up as well. I don't actually think that me and my mum said one word on that about 3 hour drive. I just remember sitting there thinking, here we go again. For some reason I was convinced that it was down to me and that the universe and God didn't want me to be happy or something. My head went into a very dark place. All that was going through my head was just take me, not her. Just, it's that, like, I just couldn't stop thinking that. Also, I was worrying about how her mum was doing. Like, I kind of felt like it was, I brought this on her as well, and I just felt like it was all my fault again. I'm gonna leave it there for this week's video. This video has by far been the hardest video I've ever made. This subject is something that I don't talk about ever, so it's taken me a lot to make this video, but there's a big point to the whole of this vlog, and it's to show you that no matter what, there is always hope, and miracles do happen. Trust me. And I pray that I see you in the next video. Till next time, remember, stay strong, yeah? In here as well. Peace out, everyone. God bless.